Hi, my name is Sean Gallagher. I am the CEO and founder of Gallagher Website Design, and I want to take you through today, our process that we use to develop websites. And I've outlined here our step-by-step process of what we do. So let's start off with our first step here, which is understanding the purpose of your site. Now this first step is the most important part of this entire process of what we do. And we're going to ask questions like, why do you need a website? What is it going to do? It's very, very important to understand that, so that then we can create a design that's correct. We can make sure that the content is correct that we're adding to the site, and the actual functionality of the site mirrors and actually follows what your purpose is. And later on through this process here, I'm going to kind of highlight why and how that makes a difference. And I should note, quite a few companies do not do this as a first step, and they sort of skip that and then they go on to hear what we're going to describe in our second step, and I can relate to why that actually impacts the entire project and actually can result in a website that might not function the way that you need it to. So our second step here is to create the design, and we create the design that basically mirrors what your purpose is. So a lot of companies, as I said, will skip that first step, so they just go straight to creating a design. So what you get is something that looks great, but then they have to sort of try to make it fit into what your purpose is, rather than taking your purpose and then creating something that's based on your purpose. And that's what we do. So that design is created based on, or if we're using a template for your design, that template is chosen based on the purpose to achieve that purpose, right? So the design follows the purpose rather than the design being before the purpose. So that's a big impact on your entire project, and that I like to point out. These two steps here, really getting that right is a huge part of this whole process, and probably, as I've stated, I probably can't overstate how important that part is. So after that, step number 3, once we've had that design done, it's ready to go, we present that to you for approval. If there's any changes, anything needed at that time, we will create whatever changes and do whatever that's needed for you. Once that's approved by you, step number 4, we are coding that design, so making it into actual web pages, and then adding any content that would go onto those pages, and then lastly creating or programming any advanced features that you have, maybe such as contact form, any other kinds of forms that might be collecting information, anything like that all gets done here on this step. So basically at this point you pretty much have a website. Once it's through that process here of step number 4, you pretty much have the website pretty much done. Almost everything is in place at that point. You're going to have the pages done, the content, any features there developed. So then our next step number 5, is to do what's called search engine optimization. And if you're not familiar with what that is, basically it just means that we're taking your website and we're optimizing it for ranking higher in search engines such as Google and other places like that. So we're going to do at this stage some of the basic functionality that would need to be done to optimize that. Now we do offer that as a complete service as well. This is a monthly service usually, search engine optimization, because really there's some things that you got to do ongoing and continuously to really keep the website ranking high and to really actually get it to rank really well for certain keywords. But that being said, there are basic things that you should do when you create a website, and those basic things are what we do at that point. So once that's done, again, pretty much the bulk of the website is done now. It's been optimized. So at this point, we're ready to present it to you. So that's step number 6. We present it to you for approval. So we go through the entire website with you. We look over it with you. We find out, are there any changes that are needed, any adjustments, and then we're making that at that point until you approve it, that it's completed, that it's ready to go live. And then once you've approved that, step number 7, we're launching your website. So we're making it live. So then At that point, we're also, to make it live, we're setting it up on your hosting. If you're hosting with someone else, we do also provide website hosting, so we could set that up on our site as well for you. After that, most companies will stop right there, and that'll pretty much be the end of their service with you. Us, we have a couple more steps after that, because we really want to make sure that your website is going to be as successful as possible. So what we do next for us is we have a post-launch checklist that we go through. In that checklist, we check over things like spelling, making sure the links are working, making sure that the website is mobile friendly, that it's loading fast. Any kind of issue that we find there, we're going to fix on that checklist of things. After that, and there are some companies that will do some of that at that point, and then they would usually stop there. But we actually take that one step further, and there's one other step that we do for you. And that last step is we create how-to videos on how to edit your website, use your website, that sort of thing. So why we do that is because most of our sites that we build are built on a platform called WordPress, and that allows you to make simple edits and changes to your site, such as the content, such as the text, images, things like that, and changing that. And really, a lot of companies, if they do provide some kind of service like that, they give you some sort of tutorial. Maybe they'll walk you through how to do it. But what we found that works best is to create these videos and then give those videos to you so that you can watch them at any point, at any time, refer back to them, and then understand how to make changes to your site, any kind of things like that at that point. So there you go. That's our process here that we walk through for every website that we build, and we're looking forward to building your site.